Alright, guys. So, I thought it'd be kind of fun to do some more random games. I'm going to be going through the games I bought for Christmas. I bought 4 new games over Christmas with the big Steam sale. One's Infaminer, which is kind of pointless to record because, well, there's not really much to it. It's an idler, so I'm not going to worry about that. But this is Against the Storm. I also bought Blastoise, I believe is what it's called, and Craft the World, which I've enjoyed all of those games. So I'm going to go through each one, do a little tutorial, and you guys can let me know what you think if you want to see more content from it. This game right now is still early access. It's a city builder game, but it's got a twist. You beat levels pretty quickly generally, and as you beat levels, you get points to unlock new technologies and different things. So it's kind of interesting kind of twist. This game is early access, and they're pretty good at releasing new updates. This is the most recent update, Rain Punk update. They seem to be updating, at least as long as I've been playing, they've been updating their progress about once every 2 weeks. So, yeah, let's get into it. This is the game. It's a lot of fun. First, like usual, I'm going to go in, and I'm going to show you guys my best game. This is a roadmap. Here's what they want to do. And a lot of stuff to get on. It's kind of cool. They do have a roadmap. But anyways, so let's hit play. Against the Storm. It's interesting world. But this is kind of the world map. And every new Umbra, every so many years, this game runs in years, there's a big cycle which destroys everything. So every time I get to a new cycle, I create a new city called Umbraville. And this is the 4th iteration, so I've gone through 4 of these cycles. But as you see, it's a pretty big map. The farther you go out, the more there is to see. And this stuff, it rotates all the time. So this is right here right now, but next time when the storm comes in, it might be somewhere completely else. And it gives you like stuff, like this gives you artifacts and machinery parts. And yeah, I haven't got to most of this. A lot of it's still on the outskirts, so it's kind of cool. But what I like about it is it's got a smoldering city, which is kind of the capital city. Is where you go when the big blight storm hits. And it has an upgrade system. Now, I'm level 11, but all this stuff just costs upgrade points. And, yeah, it's kind of cool. It goes way up, all the way like a 17 or something like that. I'm sure I'll add to that as well. But every upgrade gives you something additional. Like this one, you gain a permanent 1% boost to the chance of obtaining bonus production yields, and embarking bonuses you choose before starting your settlement have 20% more resources. So just kind of lets you upgrade, have a better choice of starting equipment and whatnot. But yeah, I've done a few cities. Deeds also is kind of cool. As you get deeds unlocked, various deeds unlock different buildings, which is kind of cool. Some just give you experience, which will your level, and some give you new buildings or new pieces of decoration or whatever. I think it's fun. The one thing that, you know, always reminds me is it keeps track of how much time you spent playing the game and your win ratio. So, I've lost 3 games, and I've won 20 games. And those games I lost were usually because I had upgraded the difficulty. So there is different difficulties you can choose from. Like, let me see here. Where would we want to start a new city? I kind of want to knock this out. Actually, it's not bad. I just cannot forbid certain food consumption. But after you beat this, you also get different stuff. You click on the territory, and it gives you different caravans you can choose from. Caravan summary tells you it's core forest. Tells you, you know, you need the Queen's Impatience. You gotta get it before she gets 14. And reputation, you need 14 reputation to win. Get some bonus experience. It tells you your rewards. And it gives you some of the modifiers. It doesn't give you all of them, but vegetation here mutates into unique strands. Each type of tree provides distinct bonuses and resources. So there's some good and there's some bad, and you get something called the forest. What's it called? I don't know. Forest encroachment. But the more you build, the more you do, the more the forest gets, the more bad things happen, essentially. But anyway, so it's kind of cool. You know, I am playing on veteran, and so that gives me -2 embark points, 4 negative points, positive X1, and the effect range are very beneficial or devastating. Hostility, it's hostility. 4 is hostility, that's what it is times by 2. It goes up to 16 hostility. So I'm not going to play on this time. You can Settlers where I started when I learned the game, and it just tells you what it does. Recommend for beginning players. You know, there's negative effect, 2 positive effects. Effect range very beneficial, devastating. Hostility multiplier is ×1, and max hostility is 6. Pioneer, I also played for a little bit. This is recommended for players who are in the role of the game and like a medium challenge. You get less embark points, and it's a 1.5 modifier with a max hostility of 9. And of course, Veteran is what I'm currently playing. And this is recommended for advanced players who want to face additional challenge. And it's definitely challenging. -2 embark points, negative effects 4, positive effects 1. So I'm happy 3 or 4 levels on this. So I'm kind of figuring that out. And then you start getting Blight, Root, and Corruption, that's not in Pioneer and Settler. And then Viceroy I haven't done yet. And then there's a hidden difficulty, which anyways. But anyways, so we'll do Veteran. I'm not going to actually play. I'm just going to kind of show you guys the basics of the game. We'll start a new campaign and go through the basic stuff. But gives you the campaigns you can choose from. It tells you what resources you get. Eggs, meat, bugs, that's all food. Parts are used to make things. Wildflower essence is used to expand your hearts. Planks, pipes, copper beams, food, or not food, wood, and coal. And this dude's got a little less. It's just 8 beavers. I always call them dwarves, even though they're beavers. And their best thing is they get 2 newcomers. So each race is good at doing different things. Like, for example, humans are really good at farming. They love to farm. You put them in a farming job, it makes them happier. Lizard people, they like brewing too. Lizard people like warm positions and industry and stuff. So keep them warm, keeps them happy. Beavers, they like to be woodcutters, and they like industry and stuff. So they're, everything just adds a little bit to the game. But anyway, so here we go. I think I'm going to go with this, with the 2 extra bonus dwarves. And then I got 4 embark points, which I've unlocked as I've completed missions. What's this? Gain 1 additional, okay. Gotta figure out what I want. It tells you the cost. Eggs, plants, vegetables. I usually go with some extra food, and also usually like stone or clay. You can end this if you want, but I'm not going to. And we hit embark. If you guys want to see this and me actually beat this on Veteran, let me know down below. For now, I'm just kind of doing an overview of the game, telling you what I think of it. And then this gives you all the bad effects once you actually enter the level. Looming Darkness, -4 to Global Resolve. Global Resolve is what keeps your people working and happy. The lower it gets, the angrier they get, and eventually they leave. If we hit 1 hostility, villagers walk slower. If we hit 2 hostility, it costs more fuel. Hailstorm also is activated from hostility 2. And then if we make the hostility 4, spray contamination, blight root contaminates everything you send to the citadel during the storm. The Queen's impatience grows 5% faster for every blight rock sliced in your settlement. So yeah, and it just tells you that there are bonuses, but that's the negative stuff. You want to avoid that at all cost. It always has this little menu here, and it talks about the new stuff, like Rainpunk's talk about what Rainpunk does. Technology, just it's kind of like a little tutorial. This is kind of how the game starts. You kind of look around. You got your camps, you got your food production, your housing, and all that sort of stuff. With the mouse, QE rotates, and then you just choose what you want to build. This right here is flashing blueprints. And choose new blueprints. But anyways, guys, so that's my most advanced game, and this is on the veteran setting, but we're not going to do that. We're going to start a fresh game and kind of take you guys through the tutorial. So, with that said, let's switch to a brand new game. Kind of cool. It tells you next update will be Tuesday, February 2nd. That's when we'll get our next update, which is probably about 2 weeks from now, because they seem to be doing updates every 2 weeks. This is our profiles right here. This also lists all the new stuff. You can read the full update notes if you want to. Let's go change profile. You can have it to, I guess, 5. This one I'm going to keep for myself. This one's going to be a brand new profile. Profile 2. Alright, pick. Alright guys, let's get into it, shall we? Welcome to Early Access of Against the Storm. This game is still in active development, so you can expect regular updates with new content. We listed upcoming features on the roadmap. You can also request new ones via our request too. Occasionally you may encounter bugs or other issues. Please report them via... Yeah, it just tells you to report bugs. And really, I haven't had any bugs with this game. And it's got very good reviews. So I'm impressed. I really enjoyed it. I think I've logged like some 40 hours or something like that. Let me see. Let's go into Steam, shall we? This is an info miner game. Kind of how it works. You just kind of endlessly mine. You get resources, you get money, here's your character. Nothing very exciting. But yeah, that's the other game I bought, which is kind of fun. There we go, there's Steam. And, I guess the store's running. So far, I have logged 50 hours on this game, guys, so I really have enjoyed it. There Are Billions is kind of fun. I might do a little playthrough on that. One's pretty difficult. I haven't played it for a little bit. Craft the World's the other one I really enjoyed. I've logged apparently 70 hours on that one, so that one I'll take a little run through with you guys. And for my runner, it just has lots of hours because it's always running, essentially. And I think I've done some Rogue Legacy, which I played 51 hours on, which is kind of fun. But anyways, enough about that. Let's get into the game, shall we? Play!
The world is plagued by the Blight Storm, a vile cycle of destruction ravaging everything in its path. The only safe haven is the smoldering city where the mysterious Scorched Queen reigns. You are one of her viceroys, a pioneer sent into the wilds, tasked with establishing new settlements and acquiring valuable resources for the crown. Your goal is to help rebuild the smoldering city and secure the future of the Queen's subjects.
And there we go, guys! That's what the Blight Storm is. Alright. This is a tutorial, tells you ASD, tells you how to move. But your villagers will increase the Queen's patience and bring her wrath upon you. No, you don't want to. You want to keep people happy. Blah blah blah. Queen's envoy, fulfilling your duties will increase the town's reputation, unlock new buildings, and eventually bring you victory. Yes. Now choose a blueprint. Click on the crown icon below. All right. Each expedition starts with only a few essential blueprints. More will be given to you as you gain reputation points. Now pick the woodcutter camp. All right, we can do that. That's exciting. And then you push space to resume. Resuming! Alright, what do we gotta do? Build a woodcutter's camp and explore the forest. You have to keep the fire going at all times. Yes, yes we do. Okay. This is our fire. Got someone always maintaining it. You have to burn this stuff to keep the fire going. If you don't, people just start dying. It's not a good thing. Tells you burn a piece of wood, it lasts 15 seconds. You burn some oil, it lasts 30 seconds. You burn a sea marl, it lasts a minute. Coal also lasts a minute. Alright, so it kind of has your list everything here. Here's all your options for different materials. Tells you how much food you have. It tells you your building supplies, your food. This is fuels. So I got 20 coal and 10 wood. This right here is the seasons. Right now it's drizzle. You get the storm season and it's kind of rough. This is talking about hostility of the forest. Right now it's level 0. There's no negative effects. Negative effects don't usually affect you very often until you get to storm season. But essentially, we're going to build a camp. We are going to build a woodcutter's camp. Sure, that'll work there. And I usually go in both directions. I don't know if the game's going to make me do that or not, but rotate. R's rotate. Alright. And this, orders. This is how you win the game. this is what she wants you to do. This is how you keep the queen's impatience low. Woodcutter camp, you need 2 of them and produce 10 wood, and I get rewarded with 3 beavers, 4% increase in woodcutting, and also the queen's grace, +1 reputation. This right down here is the queen's impatience. When it reaches all the way to the red, you lose. Once you get all the way to blue, you win. So pretty easy, basic. This is going to be super easy. There's just tutorial cities. They cover the very, very basics, but it's still fun. I'll still go through it. Oh yes, win and lose. I know how to win and lose. Alright. Yep, we're waiting for stuff to be done. Can't build anything yet. Oh, that's right. Stupid me. You gotta assign people to work. I should have known that. So, beavers do really good cutting trees, so let's assign them, assign them, assign them. Go over here. Okay, and then we'll go over here. Here we go. Assign a human, and sure, a lizard. And it tells you, like, humans, like, farming and breweries. These guys like woodworking and, like, engineering. These guys like meat production and warm areas. So different buildings produce different things. Alright, look it. We got the first one done, so we click up here. And we hit deliver. Gotta keep the queen happy. And it gives us our next mission. Alright, objective says explore 2 glades. It wants me to assign 5 beavers to woodcutters. My reward is a group of humans, 3 humans, and 30 meat. Alright, and oftentimes this seems to vary. Every so many missions you get also a blueprint point. So that's what this is. Choose new building. Shelter. Shelter's how you keep people happy. Now they have more advanced shelters if you get, later on in the game. They got a shelter for every race. But for now we just have the basic shelter. Alright, and we're just kind of waiting. It says assign some more beavers, which we got. This is your population. It gives you the number of humans you have, how many free workers you have, and how many of them are homeless. And this is a resolve. Once you get a certain level of resolve, then actually start getting just pause the reputation. But anyways, come on. Yes, we want a beaver, and a beaver, and a beaver. It wants me to mark the trees for removal. So you can take this option right here. Tell them to harvest a selection of trees. They'll harvest that. Let's go with access glades if you really need to. Let's also get this. Fast playing a regular game that wasn't the tutorial. How to be building stuff here, building stuff here. But this is the tutorial, so we'll go through its own pace. This gives you all your bonuses. Right now, because I have a lizard person maintaining the pier, I get +1 to gold resolve. And I get a 40% perk to woodcutting, so it's quicker. Lots of perks in this game. You can see still is really low, but it's kind of going through the season and tells you how long till the next season. Oh, there we go. There's one glade explained, and then there's this thing here you can click on if you're like way over here. Takes you to where the glade is, so you can see where it is. Fun times. Alright, guys. What I'm gonna do. It hasn't told me to do this, but I'm gonna build some shelter. You see this range right here? This is a range of your hearth. Now you can build additional hearths later on, but housing has to be in the hearths. So let's build a house here, a house here. Each house has 3. There's a house here, a house. Can't build a house there, but they'll eventually cut through that. So sure, 4 houses. Should be enough for all our population. Not many, actually. We need to do this anyways for the missions, but that's okay. I'm just kind of following the directions right now. Come on, guys, hurry up. Now, one thing you can do is you actually can move buildings. So instead of having to destroy and rebuild, you just click here, you click move, and you can move them around, which is kind of nice. So you don't have to constantly be destroying stuff. A few things can't be destroyed, like mines and different things, but if you do destroy them under normal circumstances, and there are circumstances where it doesn't work, you get all your resources back, so it's not really a big deal at all. But there are some negative effects I've discovered playing through the game, where if you destroy something, you'll get any resources back. So pay attention to your negative effects and what happens because of them. Come on, we gotta make the queen happy. And you can see the housing homeless number is dropping. No homeless, no homeless, 3 homeless. Oh, no homeless. So that also increases resolve. If you want, you actually can click on the people. It tells you what increases their resolve. +3 from housing. Human housing give them more resolve. They get jerky, they're happy. They want biscuits, they want pie, they want clothing, they want leisure, and they want religion. You mark all those territory, you get all those things for them, they get happier and happier, and that really helps out when the storms come and happen. But anyways, that's more advanced gameplay. Right now we're just covering the basics. If you want to, you can click on various resources deposits, and it tells you what you need to mine them. You usually have a small foraging camp, and as an advanced building, you also can get a more advanced camp. So you can get giant vegetables, because sometimes there's giant versions of stuff. This is eggs, and that requires a trapper's camp or a small trapper's camp. It just tells you what you need. I think this is herbology or something like that. Small forager's camp, yeah. Same thing here. Harvester's camp. So, see, this says harvester's camp. And that says small harvester's camp. So, kinda gotta choose what you need. Too many trees are marked. Huh, didn't know that. Learned something new myself. I wonder if this is just in the tutorial. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's something they added with the most recent expansion. I never noticed it before. That's always possible as well. You can speed up time if you want, also. Usually. May not be able to on this because it's tutorial. Let's write down here. 1.5 to 3 times. Come on, guys. This time, move back a little bit, put them a little closer to their objective. You also can build paths. Paths increase the speed and stuff, so build a path, they walk 15% faster on it, and there are multiple levels of paths, which make them walk faster and get resources delivered quicker. Go. And you, I'm also gonna move. Oh, got newcomers. So that's how you get more people. You get them as rewards, but also every now and then, when you complete missions, or just every so many events, you get more people. All right, you're gonna choose, and it tells you what you get and what they give you. And it's good to pay attention to because sometimes you need certain resources to complete certain missions. This one gives us a human and a lizard person for 10 grain, which isn't really that useful to me at this point in time. However, vegetables, leather, and stone is more useful. So, because of that, I'm going to accept these 2 lizard people. And then they come up, and then again, we need more housing because they don't have any housing. And this guy, I'm gonna move you also. You are here, or something like that. And it shows you the range too. They'll cut only trees in this area. Almost there, guys! Hurry up and explore that glade! Ooh. This is a very small map tutorial, but usually the maps are a lot bigger. And you can tell, right now these are just all regular glades, but in regular gameplay you get dangerous glades, which have, oh, here's one. Dangerous glades, which can give you, there's usually a lot of good stuff there, but there's also some negative consequences sometimes, so you gotta make sure you're ready before you explore one of those. And there's dangerous, and there's forbidden or something like that, which has even more possible negative effects and requires more resources to explore. But again, all advanced gameplay. Gotta wait for these guys to finish what they're doing. The queen's getting impatient with me, guys. Oh no. Alright. Since I got so many people just doing nothing, let's build another shelter. Oh, right here. Oh, and we got our second mission done. So we'll go here, and we will click deliver. Hooray. Next mission is build a small foragers camp, and I can get some vegetables. And then you can get perks like +1 yield. Alright, and we get 1 queen happiness. As you can see, if you're paying attention, when you gain a point, it takes away from the total. So that way you actually have more time than you think you have. You know, the Queen's Impatience just goes back down. One bar for every mission you do. Again, we get a new building, small fortress camp. Alright, small fortress camp. And it shows you where you can harvest stuff. Which is kind of nice, because sometimes you just don't know where to go on the map. And the map is usually a lot bigger than this. But anyways, they're going to go do that. And every building tells you what, like this one right here, specialized bonus. They get a wood specialized bonus. So by having the beavers there, I'm getting more bonus and more wood, which I need to keep the fires burning. This is the bad season, I think. It's not too bad right now. Yeah, the storm here. Sometimes you got like you can go to the hearth, and these you actually can. Well, I guess it's not listed here. In regular gameplay, you can sacrifice stuff at the hearth, and you get certain benefits. This one wants people with the farming specialization, so we got 1 human, 2 human. We're just gonna go work it and fill it up. We're still short on houses, so let's build another house. You don't have to build this many houses. I mean, it's not really a big negative, but it's, you know, it's still, it is positive points, which is good. And you want positive points to keep people happy so they don't leave you. Because I've had games where a bunch of it left me, and it is not fun. Also got a good resource management, because I've had games where I've been out of food. It's kind of an element of strategy to it, because you only get certain buildings to choose from every level, and if you choose the wrong buildings, then you may find yourself in a serious struggle. And so, always good to think ahead. Typically what I do when I'm playing a regular game is... Oh, there's another glade event. Okay, very nice. I typically will wait till I get the Queen's orders because it takes a few minutes, and then what she wants is what I'll take my blueprints in. But anyways, what's this? Ooh, cornerstones. Cornerstones, you get these envoys every so often, and they give you bonuses essentially. And you know, depending on what you want, it gives you different bonuses. Exploration contract will give you grain and reed, or will give you reed and clay for each new clay discovered, and buildings for production is 50% quicker in buildings like the crude growth station, which we don't have access to, but pretty much it's an early industry building that can build the basics, and then you get more advanced stuff after that. We're going to take exploration contract. All right, now the glade events do let you investigate. You go here, and you can take different rewards. You can convert the building, or you can take, like, you know, various supplies. These are the goods that are required to beat the event essentially, and usually you can click and it gives you different options of things to choose from. But anyways, we're gonna send 1 a human, and a 2 a human, and a 3 a human, and we're gonna rebuild it because that seems like a good plan right now, and investigate it. Alright, and the Queen's happy again. Tells you when we're getting newcomers, 3 minutes. You can click on this if you want to, but I like to click on here, see if there's any other orders. We'll deliver this under the Queen. You can see the red bar right now, it's almost at a bar. I'm gonna wait till it gets to 1 bar before we do the next event. It shouldn't be that long. It'll go back down to 0. Orders ready to... I get that. And screw it. I'm not worried about this. It's so easy. So I will deliver this good, and you'll watch that red bar down at the bottom of the screen. It goes back down to 0, and my blue bar goes up 1. Alright, and we get a new blueprint. Usually you can choose from more than one thing, but since it's a tutorial, you just get 1 option. We're going to pick the Stonecutter's camp because we don't have another option. And we're going to go camps. Stonecutter camp. Tells you can get stone here. You can get stone here. Let's get stone here first. It's so nice building new buildings, so you don't have to keep on rebuilding them and stuff. You guys are golden. The food does eventually run out. You can click on it and it says you have 15 or 15 charges left. Also tells you that we're also getting insects as a result of harvesting. So we get vegetables and insects also can be used as a food source. Like up here gives you all your food. insects, eggs, meat, vegetables, roots, and mushrooms. And there's a lot of other foods as well. Alright, we can assign some people. This one doesn't have any specialization, so anyone will work. Let's send a lizard person and a human to do the work there. Start gathering clay. You can build more than one type of camp if you want. Sometimes it's necessary, but these resources do run out pretty quickly. So sometimes it's worth just waiting for them to finish a harvest of an area and then move it. But sometimes when you get in a pinch where you need a bunch of stuff, sometimes multiple things are good. And again, worst case scenario, you have too many in the building. You just click on it and destroy it. There's no penalties and you get the resources back you originally spent on it. Let's build our path a little quicker to here. There we go. Jazzy. And the event's done. Probably going through this really quickly. That's okay though. We're going to deliver this under the queen. Our reward is steel shovels. Extra clay per harvest. Delivered. And then, let me see here. New orders say harvester's camp and plant fibers in the harvester's camp. Or gather fibers. This is our harvester's camp. Oh, no, that's not. This is specialized people who like production. Those are usually pixies, which none of these guys are, but we'll just throw a human and a lizard person there for now. Take our blueprint. We get a harvest camp. Imagine that. Camps. Harvester's camp. Again, it gives us different options. Let's just put it right here. They'll build it real quickly. So our population, we're doing pretty good. Results good. And we don't have any homeless people at the moment. But that will change once we get new people here pretty quickly. And we'll assign 2 people. There's no specialization here, so anyone will work. You don't have to use the person who specializes, it just gives you better rewards and stuff. So I'll put a human and a lizard person in there. Alright, here we go. Newcomers. We got 2 humans and a lizard person for 15 grain. Or we can get 10 roots and 10 eggs, both which are food, which seem more important to me at the moment, so I'm going to accept that group of people. And they come in. Now we got a homeless person. So let's just build another house. Again, if you're behind on a house, it's not really that big of a deal usually, but you should try to maintain houses equal to your population. Oh, mission is done. Alright, deliver unto you. Again, we're at 4 stars. Queen's happy. Now we need to... Okay. We need building blocks. We can do that. Planks, bricks, and fabrics. These are more advanced materials, but you need more advanced buildings to make. Fortunately, the crude workstation still is pretty cheap overall to make. You don't need anything special. But once we start getting more specialized, you start needing more specialized resources. Like instead of needing just wood, like that building just takes 5 wood. But the more advanced builds are going to take planks, they're going to take bricks, they're going to take all sorts of stuff. So you got to kind of keep an eye on that and figure out what is most important for you and what blueprints to take so you can make the supplies you need to A, please the queen, and B, be able to make all your buildings work efficiently as possible. So it's definitely a different twist in this game to me. I kind of enjoy it. I like their upgrading system. I like that you got to think about what buildings you be able to take and which buildings you take. And if you go the wrong direction, it can be a challenge. No specialization here, so I'll put a human and a human because I have a lot of those. Now this is kind of cool. You can change certain resources like fabric. It takes, you take 6 plant fibers to make 2 fabric, right? But you also can make it take leather and reeds, or all 3. Same thing here, bricks, you can make it take clay, or you can make it take stone. And here you can make it take copper bars or crystallized dew. So you can kind of choose or have it take everything, which is kind of helpful because a lot of different... Sometimes it's hard to get certain resources, but other resources will typically work. Alright, next. Oh, we need to build stuff. Okay. Planks, bricks, and fabric, which is going to take a little bit because this thing's super inefficient. You got more advanced forms like lumber mills and stuff that make these things much cheaper and much quicker. But for now, this is a basic building you start with. Takes longer, but you still get the resources you need. Alright guys, since I'm waiting, I'm going to speed time up a little bit. Alright, as you can see, the forest hostility is going up. The more villagers you get, the higher it gets, and eventually you hit different levels of hostilities, which give you bad effects! Small encampment is idle. Alright. It tells you... Oh, look at that. Didn't even see that. Alright, so let's send you. And you to investigate. And then you can choose the goods you want. You can choose vegetables or the whole bunch of stuff. Let's go. We have a ton of vegetables, so vegetables is fine. And what do I want? Do I want amber, which is money in the game? Or do I want more people? You know what? Let's just take more people for now. We're going to go take the resources I need and investigate it, and then we'll be on to our next event. Four bricks is built. Now, because I want things to go quicker, you can click on these things, and you can tell them not to make certain things. So, we're not going to make... Well, pipes don't even have all the resources for it. I think all we need is planks and fabric. So, I'm going to tell you to not make bricks and just focus on planks and fabrics. And they'll focus on those. You also have this ability to, well, I guess you can't do it here. Eventually you can set how much resources they produce and different things, so you can limit it. So sometimes they'll use all the resources you have, and that's just a disaster waiting to happen. Which I've learned a couple times and lost a couple levels because of it. This tells you how long they have left to complete the event, which usually isn't important, but some events will be triggered in a certain time limit, so hopefully you can beat it. It's going pretty quick because we're 2 times speed. Alright, here we go. They built the 4 things. Let's go to orders. Let's deliver under the queen. We get parts and workstation upgrades. Nice. So we make twice as much with the resources, so that's cool. And then now we need to stay on the 1 time speed again. We need to go to the dangerous glades. So we're gonna take this. We're gonna move you to right here. Rotate you a little bit. And then we're going to tell you guys to cut down these trees right here. Get into that glade. Get another blueprint. Usually this is what you get. You usually get the option to choose from 3 blueprints at a time. And you may eventually be up for the same blueprints again. But this is just specialized housing. This makes those races happier if you build housing specifically for them. But it's more expensive. It costs more resources. And you can't fit as many people as you can like a shelter. So this is like 2 instead of 3. But anyways, we got a little bit there going on. Oh, it's connected out too. We got 8 humans, 7 dwarves, and 6 lizard people. So for our bonus, we're gonna take human housing, make them the happiest. Go down here. We'll build a human house. As you see, now we're going to more advanced resources. This takes planks and bricks instead, so more advanced housing. Yeah, we'll build 2 of those for humans. This can... We're going to allow you to build bricks again also. Alright. And that 50% boost is actually kind of nice. So now we're waiting to explore dangerous glades. Change spark due to fabric and ancient shrine and get 1 ancient tablet. I'm sure this is what the rewards here is going to be. So you guys knock it out. Let's leave you here. The more of these guys you have, the angrier the forest gets. So you kind of gotta watch it. I usually end up with at least 4 by the time I'm done with level, but this stuff, you start going through so many resources. Alright guys, let's get it done. Ooh, new cornerstone from the queen. This is nice. We can have a delivery line or fiber delivery line. I'm going to take plant fibers. Food's still pretty good. Not too concerned about it. We are going through food, but we can also build things to harvest more food. You know, it's good to keep an eye on these things because sometimes the arrow will go from pointing up to say that you're making food to pointing down. If you run out of food, it is not a good thing, guys. Let me tell you. I lost one game because of running out of food. And I think the last game I played, I couldn't get a food building to save. I had one offered to me in the very beginning. I didn't take it. I took something else, and I couldn't get food to save my life. I had a bunch of harvesting places everywhere, getting all these vegetables and stuff, and I managed to keep myself alive, but just barely. And then finally, when I almost beat the level, it's like, oh, here's a food option for you. I'm like, jeez. Newcomers. You bring with you 15 roots. You bring with you vegetables, clay, and grain. Let's take the clay and grain. Alright. Queen's impatient is still. Yeah, all we gotta do is win one more event and then we will complete the level. As you can see, these are starting to disappear, so eventually this is gonna run out of work. Woodcutters, and they actually can run out of work if you don't pay attention to them and don't keep on moving them, but I'm not too concerned right now. How's our housing situation doing? We got one homeless. This is still many resources. I think it's probably planks. Yeah, I need plank, which will eventually make. Again, more expensive resources. Let's put you here. We'll have 3 human houses. Keep them humans happy. There we go. She has housing, so I get a +3 to the shelter, and then +3 additional because she's in her own specific housing. So that's a good way to get the resolve up too. And it tells you here, if you can hit 50 resolve, then you get bonus points. Beavers are like 50 also, and lizard folk are 50. I don't know, that's just for this particular level or whatnot. Usually there's a variation, like the lizards and beavers are easier to, keep happy, and the humans take a little more, and so do harpies. But anyways, this is tutorial, so things aren't quite exactly like they're in the actual game. Let's move you back. Yep, let's make a path. Paths are free, at least this path is free, and if you want to, you can delete it, so I don't mind just putting paths everywhere. Speeds up the production a little bit, And then you get this message once you get to a certain point. Harvester's deposit has no deposits left. So then you can move, and if there's another harvesting deposit nearby, it will actually kind of point you in the direction of it. Unfortunately, we don't have one. So I could delete this building, but I don't need the resources right now. All I'm going to do is take the people out of it so they can do other tasks, and once I get to another area that needs this building, I can move it there. If I need the resources, I would just simply delete it and then build it again once I needed it. But that's not the case here. We got plenty of resources. I mean, it is just a tutorial. Almost to the glades, guys! The dangerous glade. And there's our glade. Alright. Nothing too exciting here. We got this thing, though. So let's send dwarf and that lizard person. Beaver. I always call them dwarves. They look like dwarves to me. Alright. And you can choose what resource we got. We'll bring in wood. We'll bring in fabric. And 10 tools. Yeah, 10 tools. And this is a negative effects. If I can't time it, which is going to trigger, 3 citizens randomly die. Which kind of sucks. It tells you where they die from, so then I gotta resupply the people. A human and a dwarf. And a lizard scout died, which is unfortunate. I don't think we have tools though, so I'm not quite sure what to do here. Maybe it's just gonna give it to me, but typically you need tools. Oh, there we go. We got tools. 40 tools. I was in the wrong category. And each one breaks down to the different resources you have. Alright, so 5 more minutes. This is going to trigger, and more people are going to die. So I got to take control as quick as possible. Again, that's why we're, you know, in a race against time. Tells you what they're doing. Going to get ingredients, idling, and return with ingredients. Typically, I think it's more than 5 minutes, but in this case, it's not. That's okay. Nasty. There's worse ones too. Worse negative blade defense. Worse if it has like kill 5 people or something like that. Come on, guys, hurry up! All right, there we go. We got all the supplies we need, and we will complete this event as soon as they start in 30 seconds. Aren't you guys starting? Investigating. Going to workplace. There we go. Now they're investigating. We'll beat the clock. 3 minutes and 45 seconds before that event triggers again. And we've got 30 seconds until we complete the event. Reward, usually you can choose, but this time usually one reward is the ancient tablet. And that's the resource that cost us to do the event. Again, that's why you gotta pay attention to what buildings you need to build. And it's good that you can use different resources sometimes. I always try to have a thing that produces food and a thing that produces simple tools, because that comes in really handy in later difficulties. This difficulty, it's whatever. This is super easy. But normal difficulty, you need 14 points to please a queen, and you get like 11 events. Jazzy, you're fine. Alright, here we go. Orders. Alright. We completed the event. Deliver it. Woohoo! We beat the level, guys. And unlock new content for us. Woodcutter, small. You don't get all these buildings necessarily, but usually you can choose from them. Like the small stuff you always get. The farm plots you get. I guess all the stuff you actually get. But anyways. Alright, guys. Well, there you go. There's the tutorial for the game. Villagers with low resolve will start increasing with the queen's impatience. We'll start leaving. Increase. Okay, so when they get low resolve, they start leaving. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Keep resolve exception high will grant faster reputation over time, which is good. Alright. The queen's invoice satisfies your villagers' needs will complex food homes and services will increase their resolve, which I was talking about. Each species has different mixes of needs. It's hard to please everyone all of the time. It is very difficult too. Queen's envoy. Farmers can plant only on farm fields and those that can be built on fertile soil. So you can't build farms anywhere. You only can build on fertile soil, which looks like this. Roster plan the first season, drizzle and harvest during the second clearance. I think there's 3 or 4 seasons. Build a farm, harvest grain, and search the mill and the tavern. Alright. Well, here you guys go. I hope you guys are enjoying this game. I hope you're enjoying my little tutorial. I would love to do more of this game. I do enjoy it. But again, I want your guys' feedback. You like it? Let me know. I'll make more. And I'll play in hard difficulties, because it definitely changes the game. But yeah, I enjoyed this game a lot. I'd highly recommend it. It's not on sale right now. It was over Christmas. If it goes on sale, it's still early access. But for an early access game, I feel like it is really, really put together super well. So, great game. Love it. That's my opinion. But thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. Hit that subscribe button. Click on the bell to be notified when I release new content. I release new content every, well, usually once or twice a week. I try to do a vlog every other week, and I try to do, and that's around the Salyers, I try to do a gaming video every week. So, let's see, we're at 36 subscribers here. I'd love to see it get to 50, and I'm at, I think, 49 on the Salyers, so 50 would be awesome. Me and my wife are talking about doing a little giveaway if we hit 50. So, yeah, definitely check that out. The information will be linked down below in the description. That said, until next time, please the Queen. Bye, guys!